Hey everybody, Jose back over here. So we're in Johnstown currently. We're over at the Bridge Brewing Company. It's owned by Jeremy Shearer, former Marine. Well, once a Marine, always a Marine, I guess. But yeah, he's going to tell you a little bit about his business, what it is that inspired him to start a business here in Johnstown, because this is not his first business, by the way. He also has co-founded another successful business here in town. It's called Press Bistro. It's right down the street, right over there on the corner. So yeah, guys, here we go. Jeremy, hello, good morning.
How are you doing, Jose?
Good, man, good. Thanks for joining us.
Sure.
On Veterans Day. So thank you for your service, sir.
Oh, thank you.
So we wanted to get together today, right, with small business owners to be able to highlight the why, what made you do this,
Yeah.
but also to let people know that, you know, on this day, another way of thanking our veterans is by buying from them.
Yes.
Focusing on veteran-owned businesses in the region is what we're going to do today.
That's wonderful.
And you happened to open up your doors for us this morning, so thank you. Jeremy, take it away. Tell us a little bit about you and Stonebridge Brewery.
Yeah, Stonebridge Brewing. We've been here in downtown Johnstown for about a year and a half now. Continuing to grow, continuing to add on to what we're doing, and trying to make a thriving business of making beer for the city of Johnstown.
All right. What kind of beers do you make? I mean, like
Everything. You know, a lot of breweries kind of find specialty niches. I like to make everything. You know, there's not a beer style I don't like. You know, if it works, it gets you know, it's good to have.
Hey,
So
yeah.
we've got IPAs, we've got some stouts, we've got some Hefeweizens. Even have a spiked seltzer for all of you non-believers out there.
Is there going to be a Press Bistro beer?
I don't know. We've talked about it. There may be. I am working in collaboration with a couple of other places, so we'll see. I'll throw a shameless plug in for Fuel 30 down in Jennerstown. We're working on a collaboration with a gas station right now, and making a beer for the folks down there in Jennerstown that I think is going to be great.
All right. Hey, Jeremy, I just remembered earlier in the year there was a veteran brew
Yes.
that happened throughout the Commonwealth. Not many people know about it, but it's so far generated millions of dollars in economy.
Definitely.
And helped out people in different ways. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it was a great thing. Pennsylvania, a lot of people don't realize we're number one, number two every year in terms of independent craft beer production. We have the most independent breweries in the entire United States. We produce close to more beer than any other state in the U.S.
In Pennsylvania?
In Pennsylvania,
Nah,
yes. Yeah.
yeah.
Pennsylvania is a phenomenal beer land.
We like to drink.
Pennsylvania.
And so the Brewers Association of Pennsylvania got together, and you know they're kind of our organization for the state here. They do a lot of work for us at the government level, as well as just kind of organizing and keeping brewers kind of moving in the right direction, keeping us in the limelight here in PA. And they figured out, going through their notes, that there are a ton of breweries and a ton of brewers here in Pennsylvania that are veterans. So they got us all together last year, a little before Memorial Day, and we collaborated, came up with a wonderful IPA. We all got together. I think there were 19 or 20 breweries represented. We got together in Harrisburg, brewed the beer, and then we all put it on tap and donated the proceeds of the beer to the Pennsylvania Veterans Association. It's been a great thing, and it's really awesome. And, you know, it started a nice wave. Now we're seeing a group of breweries in Pittsburgh got together and did an actual Veterans Day beer. I think that's Couch Brewing and our good friends over at Burgers Brewing and First Sip Brew Box. And so they're releasing that in Pittsburgh. So it's kind of started this whirlwind of people starting to recognize that, you know, breweries, I don't know what it says about us veterans, but you know, this is our place. This is where we love to be. So, so a lot of breweries are veteran businesses.
Yeah, right. Transferable skills, gentlemen. That's what I just carried from that. Hey,
Basically, you're drinking.
Hey, so maybe I missed this because you said a lot of wonderful things, Jeremy. Like, it's seriously about what it's done. But as far as dollars, how many dollars has it been able to raise for Pennsylvania veterans?
The exact numbers that we got from the state were somewhere in the $200,000 mark, and that's just what we physically donated to the Pennsylvania Brewers Association. The number goes way beyond that, because what we've seen now is a lot of the veteran-owned breweries now are kind of continuing the idea and doing their own beers and making regular donations to the Pennsylvania Veterans Association. You know, it's an important thing. You know, and many of the veterans that are in this industry are younger veterans. You know, they're veterans of Iraq War and Afghanistan, and so, you know, it's very close to them versus, you know, some of us older breweries that are Desert Storm and Vietnam era veterans. But you know, it really kind of raised the point that there's a significant need to take care of our veterans, and we still have a lot of veterans that are being left behind, not only in our state but in the U.S. in general. And so, you know, we're really trying to do what we can to make sure that they're fed, make sure that they're housed, help them find jobs. You know, this is a great industry for them to get into. It's got the right type of structure for veterans to feel comfortable, especially if they're still suffering with some of the backlashes.
Yeah. So here, right. So this is what I'm picking up, guys. Some social impacting program entrepreneurship is really what you're doing.
Yes.
You know, it's so while people buy beer, they're not just buying beer; they're helping out.
Yeah.
In a number of ways that allows for the $1 transaction to stretch itself, more than just making a deposit into a bank account.
Yeah, you know, when you think of the economic impact of independent craft beer, you know, that's really what we like to call ourselves. A lot of people think of craft beer just as, you know, specialty beers that, you know, if you're a Bud Light drinker, maybe it's not a style of beer that you like, but really what we are is independent craft breweries. And what that means is when you're buying beer at your local brewery, you're supporting your local economy. You know, you're not sending that money to some big corporation overseas and lining the pockets of you know, billionaires that probably don't drink the beer that their companies produce anyways. What you're doing is, you know, you're supporting local jobs, you're supporting local entrepreneurs, and, you know, and every dollar that's spent here at Stonebridge Brewing, when you come in and buy a beer, it stays right here in the city of Johnstown. You know, we buy our grains as local as possible. All of our employees are local. We continue to invest and reinvest in the city, not only in our own business, but you know, in other businesses like Hope Cyclery that we see a lot of promise in, and we want to see you know, succeed and change the face of our city and our economy.
That's a sweet shout out for Jared Bog with Hope Cyclery. Yeah, next door neighbor. Yeah, for sure. That's part of the collaboration, really, that's here in the startup Alleghenies overall. You know, it's like we want to be able to succeed.
Yes.
But with all this beer talk, I'm really thirsty, right? So show me, Jeremy, what flavors you got to offer this week?
All right.
And then what's? All right.
It's never too early.
Yeah, right?
That's kind of our philosophy.
Well, I don't know if I'm drinking all of them, Jeremy. But at least show me, tell us what flavors you got right now, man.
Yeah, so what we're working on right now, on the IPA line, you know, IPAs are kind of the big hit. So we have one of our core brand IPAs called Fox Face Imperial Double IPA, 8.2%. You know, it'll wake you up or put you to sleep, I guess, depending on what time of day you drink it.
I like the Fox Face, by the way. That's a really good beer, actually. All right, back to you, Jeremy.
A couple other IPAs we have on right now are Class 3 Rapids, which we're kind of culturing to become part of our new core line here as we continue to develop our brand to represent Johnstown and the mountain town that we're becoming here. We started a River Guide series to highlight the economic impact of tourism, of our rivers and our streams here. And so Class 3 Rapids is kind of a new one for us, 7.3%. East Coast meets West Coast style IPA, a little bitter, little hoppy, a little sweet. And of course we've got our guest tap. We love to give a shout out to our other breweries in the region. So we have a Levity IPA on from our good friends up at Levity Brewing in Indiana, PA. A couple other things we have going on right now. You know, stout is starting to come into style. So we have our Mexican hot chocolate stout, kind of a tribute to Jacques Ovesa from Stone. Wonderful.
I thought it was a tribute to me. Wait a minute, ¿qué pasó, güey?
Really nice chocolate, cinnamon, a little bit of smoked peppers in it. Just, you know, it kind of warms up the soul a little bit. We've got our collaboration beer on, Party Wolf, that we just collaborated with Hop Farm Brewing in Pittsburgh, up in Lawrenceville. Great brewery, great friends, and great supporters of beer in Western PA here. And let's see, what else? Oh, a couple other things. Those are the good ones, though.
Okay. All right. Awesome. All right. So final message, anything else that you want to let us know about today, why it's so important?
Yeah, today's important. You know, my family, like many veterans' families, you know, our family has a long tradition of being in the military. So, you know, Veterans Day is only special to us, not just, you know, for myself having served, but, you know, I oftentimes think of the heritage of my family, of, you know, my father and my grandfather and many others before us that have been serving. And, you know, it's always a time to kind of reflect on our friends that we've lost track of, or that we've lost along the way, that have served. You know, it's an important thing. It's a valuable thing. You know, it's what really makes our country great. And, you know, today's a day to really kind of bring light to the fact that there are 364 other days coming up this year that we need to pay attention to our veterans, take care of them, support them, make sure that they're not being left behind once they exit the military.
Man, that was good. Thanks.
Semper Fi, happy birthday.
All right.
Day late.
That was a good day today. Right?
Thanks again,
Yes.
Jeremy. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you for what you guys are doing here too. This is wonderful.
Yeah, no, man, absolutely. Absolutely. Here, Blake, tell us, where are we headed next? Give them a little sneak about what we're doing.
Next up, TC Auto and Tire in Moxham. Jason, he's the man to see if you need help. So we will be there in 15 minutes. See you guys.